Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be why the narcissist was biding their time. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So first of all, I'll jump in for individuals who don't know what biding means. Biding means when you are waiting for a particular moment to take place. Let's say, as an example, you were a kid and you were having dinner with your family and you had to wait till everybody finished their plate before you could clean the plates and clean up the dinner table. Well, if you finished first, you still had to wait for everyone else to finish their dinner, and then you'd have to clean the plates, and so you were biding your time. That is an old school example of what Andrew had to do when he was a youngster. Yes, I had to set the placemats, the table, and clean the dishes. But why the narcissist is biding their time? It's because the narcissist uses pivotal moments in time to inflict damage. Now, let's really fast forward here to the discard. Was the discard planned? It's up for you to decide, but I will tell you right now, most likely it was, because the narcissist was watching your resources become depleted, because the narcissist themselves was the individual who was pushing your resources to become depleted. But the narcissist was biding their time throughout the whole body of that relationship with you. They were thinking about exactly when that relationship would end and how it would end. And most likely they figured that it would be them who would administer the punishment, i.e. the discard. This is when they have the new supply already lined up behind your back or maybe even in front of you. And you can't fathom that another individual could just throw a relationship away just like that. But that's what the narcissist does. And remember what I shared, as the thumbnail mentions, the narcissist is always biding their time. They're biding their time when they are trying to meet certain individuals. Let's focus on that for a minute. Maybe the narcissist was, let's say, stalking you or looking at your social media before you entered the relationship with them. Well, was that a natural or organic relationship? No, it wasn't. What it was a toxic narcissistic individual virtually spying on you via social media or flying monkeys or phantom accounts, and they were seeing all about what made you tick through social media. Maybe the pictures that you shared, the trips that you took, how you looked, how your looks were improving, how your health was, what you did for hobbies, your social circle, your network, if you attended events or if you had access to yachts or boats or communities or whatever it was. They were watching you on social media. This is just one tiny little illustration, and believe me, there are millions of illustrations, and I could share hundreds of thousands of them, but I'm going to let you know this one. This is how the narcissist was watching you. They were virtually stalking your social media. They were biding their time for, let's say, that introduction when they would meet you at a Christmas party, or let's say a get-together or a birthday or some event. And then they would act like they didn't know you. They would bump up against you, and you think, wow, who's this person? I haven't seen them before, but they know all about you. Why? Because they were doing their reconnaissance, they were doing their homework, learning about you behind the scenes, so when they could finally meet you, they could push your buttons. Watch this one. Let's say, using that example on social media, they watched you and they figured out that you golfed and you played tennis, and let's say that you like to ski. Very simple examples. Well, what would they do? When they met you, most likely would probably be at a tennis match or a golfing event or a skiing event, where they would bump into you wearing certain clothes of the same brand that you wore. Now, these examples I'm sharing, they may sound extreme to you, but let me share something with you. Individuals are doing things just like this all over the globe, but maybe not to this level. But this is what the narcissist thinks. This is why they're on their smartphone frequently. They are doing their homework. They're doing their reconnaissance on unsuspecting individual, and even on former sources of supply, people that perhaps they discarded, or that perhaps these individuals, the people that were in the relationship with the narcissist, if those people ended the relationship, God bless them. They're extremely strong. But the point is, the narcissist is always using social media to watch and to look and to figure out when to strike. Understand what I'm sharing with you. The narcissist is always biding their time. Let's say, example, you met the narcissist in an organic fashion. You met them at a barbecue years ago, and you struck up a friendship, which turned into romance. Next thing you know, you're married. Okay, well, what happened there? I'll tell you what happened there. When the narcissist met you and you became friends, well, again, they did their organic research on you. In other words, they spent time with you, figured out what made you tick. Probably were still spying on your social media if you had it. But then they were assimilating themselves with you. They were acting like they liked the same things and or interests or hobbies or dreams or aspirations or goals that you liked. And the next thing you know, they slowly got closer and closer to you. Perhaps you popped the question and you fell in love with them, and then next thing you know, you're married and you've moved, or maybe you didn't move, but most likely you did, and now you are in the narcissistic fog. You're trapped. You don't know what's going on because the narcissist has now placed you there, and they bided their time to have you fall in love with them. The narcissist cannot fall in love with you or with anybody, no matter what you think. The narcissist has no love. What they have is a bottomless pit that will never be satiated with any particular relationship. Not with you, not with former relationships, and certainly not with the new supply. Side note, if you're thinking that the new supply has it any better than you had it, I understand it's a very sensitive topic for those of you who the relationship ended recently, but the new supply is getting the exact same abuse that you endured. The only thing is perhaps they are in the euphoric stage or the love bomb stage right now. Who knows? But what I'm sharing is the narcissist fine-tunes their skills of manipulation over life, and they get nastier and nastier. That is who the aging narcissist is. It's a person who is clinging on to days gone by, clinging on to past memories of relationships that they imploded, clinging on to their own children, not even speaking to them anymore because the children wised up and figured out that their parent is a toxic narcissistic individual, and they want nothing to do with them because they were robbed of their childhood. Their childhood was nothing that it should have been. It was built on the child most likely having to grow up quickly, or being either A, praised for being the golden child, or B, being a scapegoat and taking the blame for everything, but there was no stability in the household. That is a side note for you. But the narcissist is always biding their time. They're trying to figure out who the next supply will be. Let's look at that angle for a moment. You were with the narcissist. Let's say it was a friendship or romantic interest, who knows? And they had you where they wanted you. They placed you in that narcissistic fog or the devaluation stage. And they were just peppering you with abuse. And you stayed in it longer and longer because you believed that this person had your best interest at heart, when in fact they don't. They never had and they never will. But what did they do? They were grooming or searching for other people to take your place. In other words, the new supply. And this video is not exclusively about the new supply. It's letting you know that the narcissist is always biding their time, trying to figure out when to strike, what to do, what clothes to wear, what hair color to have, how to appear, to act, and how to wear the mask to manipulate new, unsuspecting individuals, which at one point in time was you. Bear in mind, before you knew what narcissism was, you were just like everybody else on the planet. You were probably happy-go-lucky, maybe living your life through rose-tinted glasses. Maybe you were a people pleaser, a yes person. Maybe you were an empath, and my hope is you still are. Point being is you didn't know that the juggernaut, the buzzsaw, the narcissist even existed. You probably heard that word only a few times, maybe in Greek mythology, and that was probably about it. And then you met somebody, and this person took you on the roller coaster of emotions. They took you to the deep end of the narcissistic fog. They took you up, down, in, around, and all over. And this relationship, it captured you for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship. And then what happened? The narcissist saw your resources becoming depleted, and they crumbled you up like a sheet of paper, threw you away in the freeway. That's the discard. And then you had to put yourself back together. But you have the wisdom now. You're applying the tools that I'm providing for you on the channel. You have the first-hand experience about what a toxic narcissistic relationship is. You and I speak the same language. You see, we have acquired a special language, i.e. the narcissistic abusive cycle language. That is something that we share. And the reason we share it is because we both had to go through this relationship, or our version of the relationship. You see, we don't just read things from a book and watch videos and just say, yeah, we know what narcissism is. We experienced it firsthand, and it almost took us down for the count, but it didn't. And the whole time, the narcissist was biding their time, looking for our replacement, looking to inflict the most damage, perhaps even discarding you around one of your favorite holidays or the holiday season, or maybe when you just gave birth to a child, or you just relocated, or just lost your job, or when your health declined, or the classic, and they are all classics, but the real classic is when your money dried up. That is many times when the narcissist will say, adios, I am done. I found somebody new and I never cared about you. And they will try to inflict damage upon you. And again, when you are in the toxic narcissistic fog, being devalued, and you are in love with this individual or you care about them, this really, really hurts. And it takes a mountain of work to put yourself back together. Now, I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm letting you know firsthand. When you are on the healing path, nothing will help you heal faster than you being patient, calm, stoic, resilient, with you practicing radical acceptance, journaling, meditating, perhaps seeing a therapist who has gone through the toxic narcissistic relationship themselves, slowing down and focusing on yourself. There is no magic pill or magic wand that will help you get through this. Post-narcissistic relationship, the healing path, remember, it's not linear. You will heal in time, in your time, when you apply the tools I provide for you on the channel. But this will take a lot of work. It will take a mountain of work, and above all, it will take time. And this is where the energy shift must come in. You must focus your energy on yourself, not on what the narcissist is doing, who they're with, what the new supply said, all the drama from the flying monkeys, etc. But I'm really dumping a lot of knowledge and wisdom on this video for you. So I want to slow back and go back to the thumbnail. The thumbnail mentioned that why the narcissist was biding their time, because each and every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. You may think it doesn't, it does. If you want the truth, every relationship has an expiration date, but on this channel I focus on narcissism and toxic individuals. So these specifically have expiration dates, and many times the reason why is because the narcissist burns out relationships with their own kids, their own parents, their own siblings, their neighbors, their coworkers, their family members, their friends, people in religious organization and or communities or hobby groups, in the business world. The narcissist leads a life of destruction, devastation, manipulation, and flat out not caring. And this is why they can just throw away relationships left, right, and center. And they many times believe that they are above certain relationships. In other words, a relationship to the narcissist is a transaction. It is something that they must acquire more than they give. And that is the way the narcissist lives their life. They take, and when they're done, what do? That's right, they take more until there's nothing left to take. And then usually that's when they discard an individual, or they just flat out won't talk to them for a long period of time. That is not what I'm sharing specifically. When I say that they don't talk to people for a long period of time, what that means is I'm referring to usually immediate family members who they will isolate. And I'm not saying that these immediate family members didn't deserve to be isolated, or they did deserve it. What I'm saying is the narcissist is a petulant child trapped in an adult body, and they believe they can drown out any relationship they want to. That's what they do, and that's exactly how they go through life. And that is why they blow up each and every relationship they become a part of. And that's why they're biding their time right now, trying to think, how am I going to get this new supply, this new person who I haven't even met yet? How am I going to get them to fall in love with me? Oh, that's right, I know what I'll do. I'll lose 10 pounds. I'll wear a lot of makeup, or cut my hair, or grow a beard, whatever it is, a guy, girl, whatever, and then I will really get close to them, and I will join the gym, or I'll join the club or the hobby group, whatever these people are, or I'll attend the church that they go to, and I'll be sure to watch when they go to this event or the hobby group or the location, and I'll go about the same time, and maybe, just maybe, there'll be a chance encounter. I bump into them. Oh, and I'll act all innocent, and I'll put my game face on. I will make sure that the mask is super glued to my face and I am looking the best I possibly can. So this person perhaps could be the next person I trap in the manipulation, in the web of deceit, destruction, i.e. the narcissistic relationship. This is how these people do it. Not always, but at times this is what they do. That is why, think about this, that's why with your friends, when you are in the narcissistic relationship with the toxic person, why did they have so many little groupies of friends flying around them all the time? I'm talking about the narcissist. I'll tell you why. One, because they were going to get your replacement. Two, because those friends have friends, meaning that's an extended group of people that have already been vetted through the mutual friend the narcissist has. And the narcissist is always looking for a new shiny object, a new relationship to enter, an old relationship to exit. This is why they are doomed. That's why they are destined to repeat the narcissistic abusive cycle. It just goes around and around and around and around, and you were in that cycle for a period of time. Maybe you were born into a family of narcissists. Maybe your parents are toxic individuals. I get it. If they are, fine. It probably took you a long period of time to figure that out, though. And how did you figure it out? Probably you went over to your friends or neighbors' households, and you saw how their parents interacted, and how there was love and empathy in the household, and there was no tension or pressure. It was just a light, easygoing state and a beautiful household. And you wanted to get back there and be invited to sleepovers. You want to go over there more and more. And what happened? The narcissist, your parent, didn't want you to go there. Why? Because they wanted to keep you isolated. They didn't want you to ever figure out who they were. Also, they needed supply, and most likely you offered that supply for them, because they probably bossed you around or bullied you or belittled you or told you you wouldn't amount to anything. Or maybe they played the victim card. I'm your mom, I'm your dad, you should be here with me. What are you doing? You can't be leaving the household. The family sticks together. What happens in the family stays in the family. They would do anything they could. And the whole point is they didn't want you to ever figure out who they were. And at the same time, they wanted you working for them. That is what I hear from frequently. And then it's not until you break free, until you turn the legal age of whatever jurisdiction you live in, that you finally go to college, or you get out and you move and you're like, wait, I have so much peace and time and serenity. I'm not being peppered with chores and responsibilities, and I can get some sleep now, or I can just be me. Or the best thing I say in this channel, as far as individuality goes, you can just be. When you have the ability to just be, that's gold. And that's something that a narcissist doesn't want you to do, because they always want you on the go, 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 doing things for them, them, them. But this is what happens when you're born into the narcissistic relationship, family many times. And then other individuals are born into it and they turn into the narcissist themselves. But that's how the cycle continues. It goes on and on and on. And you need to remove yourself, if not now, when. Understand the message. The narcissist was always biding their time. They were waiting to enter the relationship with you. They were waiting to exit the relationship with you. They were waiting to see if you would accept the Hoover. They were waiting to see if the kids got to be a certain age before your resources ran out. They were waiting to see if your health would give out. They were biding their time seeing if your money would be sustainable. They were biding their time seeing how your health was. I know I shared that. They're biding their time with everything. The narcissist is always checking the pulse and or the temperature of the relationship, but not just with you, with everybody. They are seeing what they can get from individuals and what new resources other individuals have acquired and how it benefits them. And if you don't have anything to offer the narcissist, well, they're most likely going to leave you alone, or they're going to continue to hammer you and pepper you and say that, why are you not productive? Your brother, your sister is so successful, you should be too. The whole point, before I close this video, is any communication with the narcissist is never going to serve you. They will twist and turn and spin any conversation they can the way they want it to go. And 99.99% of the time, that will not go in your favor. It will not be a good experience for you. That is why when you communicate with these toxic individuals, you feel like you're drained, you feel like you're run down, and maybe it takes you a day to get your energy back. Why? Because the narcissist just zapped your energy. They stole your beautiful energy, took it for themselves, and they transferred their toxicity into you. All the verbal abuse and everything, all the manipulation and the blame shifting on you. That is why the path is to go no contact. Block them, delete them, remove all flying monkeys and people associated with them. If not now, when? Get the message. If you can't do that, I understand it. All of our circumstances are different and unique. However, you can utilize Grey Rock. Simply become dull and boring and get off the radar. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it. From the beautiful Carolinas, this is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. God bless you. I love you all. You are not alone. Remember, the narcissist was biding their time throughout that whole relationship. They were just waiting to see when it would end, and they were testing the temperature of your relationship with them, and they knew exactly when to end it. Flip the script. If you ended it on the narcissist, you are extremely strong. You're one of the few. You are very, very resilient. God bless you. I love you. No matter where you are on the planet, remember, you're not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And I think it's a special day in the United States tomorrow, so I'll do a great video for you guys. I love you. Talk to you guys later.